relentless pursuit of a leaner physique, humanity has often sought shortcuts, elixirs, and secret formulas. From restrictive diets to grueling workout regimes, the quest for effortless fat loss remains a pervasive fantasy. Amidst this landscape of promises and pitfalls, a humble, ubiquitous beverage frequently emerges as a surprising contender: coffee. The tantalizing notion that simply sipping your morning brew could melt away unwanted pounds is a compelling one, appealing to our desire for convenience and indulgence. But is it truly a bizarre truth, a miraculous metabolic accelerator, or merely another overhyped trend? The answer, as with most things in the intricate world of human physiology, is far more complex and nuanced than a simple yes or no. This essay will embark on a journey to uncover the bizarre truth behind coffee's supposed fat loss prowess. We will dissect the scientific mechanisms at play, examining how the various compounds within coffee interact with our bodies. We'll confront the myths that have taken root in popular culture, distinguish between anecdotal claims and empirical evidence, and explore the often overlooked caveats and potential drawbacks. Ultimately, we aim to provide a comprehensive understanding of coffee's role in the fat loss equation, empowering you to make informed choices about your daily cup. The caffeine connection: how coffee might help at the heart of coffee's purported fat-burning abilities lies its most famous constituent, caffeine. This natural stimulant, found in varying concentrations depending on the bean, roast, and brewing method, is a powerful psychoactive substance that directly impacts our central. Furthermore, some studies suggest that caffeine may have a temporary appetite-suppressing effect. While not a universal experience and often short-lived, this could potentially lead to reduced calorie intake if consumed strategically before meals or during periods of hunger. However, this effect is highly individual and should not be relied upon as a primary weight loss strategy. The combined impact of increased thermogenesis, enhanced fat mobilization, and improved workout performance paints a picture of coffee as a potentially useful tool in the fat loss arsenal. But as we will soon discover, the bizarre truth lies in the details and the significant individual variations. The bizarre truth: what the science really says and doesn't. While the mechanisms outlined above seem promising, the bizarre truth of coffee's impact on fat loss is that its effects are far from universal or consistently dramatic. The scientific literature, while showing some positive correlations, also highlights significant caveats that often get overlooked in the rush for quick fixes. One of the most critical factors is individual variation. Our bodies process caffeine differently due to genetic predispositions. Some individuals are fast metabolizers, meaning they break down caffeine quickly and experience its effects more acutely and for a shorter duration. Others are slow metabolizers, leading to prolonged effects and a higher likelihood of negative side effects like jitters or sleep disruption. This genetic lottery means that the same cup of coffee could be a mild metabolic boost for one person and a source of anxiety and disturbed sleep for another, directly impacting its utility for fat loss. Another major challenge is caffeine tolerance. Regular consumption of coffee leads to the body adapting to its effects. The initial metabolic boost and appetite suppression tend to diminish over time as your body builds tolerance. This means that to achieve the same effects, you would need to consume increasingly larger amounts of caffeine, which quickly becomes unsustainable and potentially unhealthy. Many studies showing significant fat loss benefits from caffeine use. High, often pharmacological, doses that are far beyond what a typical coffee drinker would consume daily. Relying solely on coffee for a sustained metabolic advantage is therefore often a losing battle. Furthermore, the way you consume your coffee is paramount. The fat-burning potential is largely associated with black coffee. The moment you start adding sugar, creamers, flavored syrups, or whipped cream, you introduce calories that can quickly negate any minor metabolic benefits. A sugary latte or a calorie-laden frappuccino can easily contain hundreds of calories, turning a potential fat loss aid into a calorie bomb that contributes to weight gain, not loss. The bitter truth is that many popular coffee drinks are desserts, in disguise, not health beverages. Timing also plays a crucial role. While a morning cup might provide a beneficial energy boost for a workout, consuming caffeine too late in the day can severely disrupt sleep patterns. Poor sleep is a well-documented enemy of fat loss. It can elevate cortisol levels, a stress hormone that promotes fat storage, especially for general metabolic effects. A morning cup is ideal. Critically, avoid caffeine in the late afternoon or evening, generally at least 6 to 8 hours before your intended bedtime. This allows your body sufficient time to clear the caffeine from your system, preventing sleep disruption that could sabotage your fat loss efforts through hormonal imbalance. Furthermore, view coffee as an aid, not a solution. It's a supplement to a comprehensive fat loss strategy, not the strategy itself. The fundamental pillars of sustainable fat loss remain a consistent calorie deficit, achieved through a balanced, nutrient-dense diet, and regular physical activity, a mix of resistance training and cardiovascular exercise. Coffee might offer a slight nudge, but it cannot compensate for poor dietary choices or a sedentary lifestyle. Focus on whole foods, adequate protein intake, sufficient fiber, and consistent movement. Finally, listen to your body. Everyone's response to caffeine is unique. Pay attention to how coffee makes you feel, both immediately and hours later. Does it give you a clean energy boost, or does it make you anxious and restless? Does it affect your sleep? Adjust your intake based on these personal observations. Some individuals might find that coffee has no discernible impact on their fat loss, while others might notice a slight edge. The bizarre truth is that while coffee holds a fascinating place in our culture and can offer certain health benefits, its role in fat loss is a supporting one at best and a detrimental one at worst, depending on individual physiology and consumption habits. Approach it with an informed perspective and prioritize the foundational elements of health and fitness for lasting results. Conclusion: the question of whether drinking coffee can lead to fat loss is indeed shrouded in a bizarre truth that defies simple answers. While caffeine, coffee's star compound, does possess properties that can temporarily increase metabolic rate, promote fat breakdown, and enhance exercise performance, its real-world impact on sustainable fat loss is often overstated. The initial metabolic boost frequently diminishes with tolerance, and the addition of caloric sweeteners can quickly negate any potential benefits. Moreover, the dark side of coffee, particularly its capacity to disrupt sleep and elevate stress hormones, can actively counteract fat loss efforts, creating a paradoxical situation where the very beverage intended to help ends up hindering progress. Beyond caffeine, coffee's rich array of antioxidants and other bioactive compounds like chlorogenic acids offer general health benefits, but their direct contribution to shedding pounds is less clear and certainly not a primary mechanism. The true bizarre truth lies in the fact that coffee is a powerful substance with complex interactions within the human body, and its utility for fat loss is highly individual and conditional. Ultimately, coffee should be viewed as a potential ancillary tool, not a cornerstone, in a holistic fat loss strategy. Its modest benefits are easily overshadowed by the foundational principles of a balanced, calorie-controlled diet and consistent physical activity. Enjoy your coffee responsibly, preferably black and at appropriate times, and appreciate it for its taste, its stimulating properties, and its general health benefits. But for genuine sustainable fat loss, the focus must remain on the tried and true methods: mindful eating, regular exercise, and adequate sleep. The magic bullet, it turns out, is the consistent application of these fundamental habits, not a daily dose of caffeine.